What's up, everybody, and welcome into my channel. I am the Big Metal Campus, Jeff Nadeau, uh, back live after Rough and Rowdy. I returned home on Saturday, December 11th, and really just wanted to kind of throw out a video and just kind of put a bow on the entire experience. What happened, what didn't happen, what I did, what I didn't do, and really what the plans are for the future. Obviously, I want to first thank all of the people that bought the fight. I want to thank everybody that showed love, that gave me some advice, gave me their thoughts, and really after the fact treated me with respect. It was a great event. I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about really what I'm capable of, and it was a great personal thing for me to really kind of not end my weight loss journey because it's always a struggle to go out there and work out every day and continue doing what you do. You're never done with that. And that's something that, as an enriched person, you have to always remember. You always have to continue to better yourself. Ultimately, though, for me, it was a great experience for me to really just kind of prove to myself that I could do something like that. I've lost over 120 pounds. And when I took this fight, I knew the cardio that I had would be good enough. Now, we'll get into the fight itself, what I did and what I didn't do, and how disappointed I was at myself um, in a second. But this was really just a goal of mine to go out and do something that I probably will never do again, maybe outside of one time. And I'm not a professional fighter. Neither was my opponent. Neither are most of the people that fight there. They're not professionals. It's not like we go into a gym and we train for months on end. We train like 6 to 8 weeks. We don't train every single day. It's not, and look, again, anyone that's fought in that, when you have a plan, it kind of goes out the window once the bell rings. And I really looked at it as a challenge. It's something I always remember. And I felt like I did something to challenge myself. And I felt like I completed the challenge. But I want to start the night I got there and really just how I felt going into it. Look, I heard everything and anything about how I was going to get knocked out, I was going to get tagged, I was going to look a complete mess after the fact, I was going to be completely dominated, I was going to be completely overlooked, and I was. But here's the thing. First of all, I think it's really difficult to knock someone out with gloves like that. It just is. We don't choose the glove sizes, they do. We really don't choose anything, to be quite frank. Um, but a couple of things. I, at least in my own head, when we first took the fight, there was talk and or confusion that the fight would have been 5 rounds. I actually thought initially for like the first week or two that it was 5 rounds. And I felt like for me, that was a better situation because I've seen a lot of rough and rowdies, and I've noticed that by the third round, unless you're in pretty good shape, you're going to be tired. And look, I'll be real. I was tired at the end of the third round. But for me, though, I felt like whenever I got a minute rest, I would be completely fine and be able to go out there for the fourth or for a fifth round. And I felt like as the fight went on, I got way better. Look, the first and second rounds, I'll admit, I did absolutely nothing we trained to do. I was extremely disgusted and sickened at myself for looking the way I did. Because my trainer, the one guy that trained me back home, did a terrific job. He's an elite boxing coach. There's a reason all of his fighters, at least at the Golden Gloves level and at the youth level, don't lose. He's an elite trainer, and he's great at teaching people how to box. I completely went out the window with everything I was told. And quite frankly, I'm not happy with the performance I had. Now, the third round, I felt like I had Jerry on the ropes. I wish I'd have pursued him through some uppercuts. I think I probably would have won at that point, really just through, because I thought he was tired. At the 23-second mark, he went into the ropes. I dodged a couple of his punches. I think if I connect on a punch or two, I think he's in a bad way. Now, I'll admit, in the first and second rounds, I really was just in an adrenaline at that point. I didn't really know what was going on around me. I was just totally focused. Because again, remember, coming into the fight, as I walked in, there was a lot going on. It was a huge rush to you adrenaline wise. Now, we've all had Um, Especially if you're in this business. I've had a lot of weird, like going up to Barstool, that was a wild, weird situation. Kind of going into that culture. Nothing prepares you for walking into that, especially if you are not familiar or used to that type of thing. I have a little normality with, like, I'll go to an Eagles game and someone will talk shit to me. I hear that all the time. But I had people screaming at me. I was a hated person in that arena. Couple that with the fact that I had the fucking commission breaking my balls about tape on my wrist. I had, just there was all sorts of things going on. It was a highly volatile situation. So as I'm walking in, it was just there's just so much going on, and anyone that critiques those fights is a fucking idiot. It's that simple. Because A, you wouldn't get in there, and B, you would look the exact same way that most of the people look that get in there. Now that I've had a fight, though, and I think Jerry would agree, in fact, I know he would agree, he would be and probably look a whole lot different in that. But I'll quite frankly admit to you, and Jerry could say the same thing probably, I don't know. Um, I was not, to me, in any danger of ever getting knocked out. I never truly was hurt at all. Was I tired? Yeah. Did I get hit with a punch too? Yeah. But none of us really had a lot of power behind our punches. Jerry fought, and I'll admit, and I think his trainer told him this, his job was to pursue. He put his head down. He's a little smaller than me. I really wish I would have thrown uppercuts because I think I really could have hurt him, particularly late in the fight. But it was tough. I mean, it was really, really tough. Nothing really prepares you for that event. I do believe that my stamina was better. I think I could have, if we went to a round or two more. Look, ultimately, we didn't. Those weren't the rules. But again, once you lose or you don't win or you don't do particularly well, you think about hypotheticals. But it's all fun. We had a good time. It was entertaining. All the fights were awesome. I'll definitely be at the next one as a spectator. I can't wait for the big booty bandit or whatever the hell his name is against Bobby Lang. I'll admit, and this is something that happened during the weigh-in. Big booty guy came over to me and was whining to me that I talk shit on him, and I did. I think his behavior is, particularly just the way he talks about people's wives and shit. I think that's kind of foul and vile. So, but I think him and Bobby Lang would be fucking electric. I think Bobby Lang would absolutely fuck him up, to be quite frank. I think he's more of a showman than anything. Bobby Lang is a real fighter. But, all those fights. And I want to tell you, this is what's so great about Rough and Rowdy. It's a spectacle, surely, but some of the nicest people you ever meet. I mean, Trailer Park and Hot Wheels and a lot of those fighters, just kind, good people. Are we the same, like the way we are? No, we're from different areas. We all act different, but just really passionate people. They love fighting. They love getting in the ring, regardless of whether they can fight or not. And they love Rough and Rowdy, and it's a cool event. The one knock I have on the event, and it's nothing related to Barstool, Spider, Aria, Devlin, Dave, Big Cat, anyone that was there from a Barstool standpoint, very, very kind. Devlin, anything I needed, he got it. Anything I needed. The one knock on this event was the commission. Absolute bullshit. And I'm going to tell you the biggest bullshit. They would not allow my trainer in the ring with me. I don't know why. I've not been given an explanation on it. And I do believe it was probably a big problem for me. Because I guarantee my trainer, my boy, Sonny, who fought 2 weeks ago and won at Philly Live Casino, fights on Top Rank, he'd have told me, bro, throw a fucking uppercut. Why the fuck didn't they let my trainer in the fight? Hot Wheels had the same issue. Now looking back, I don't hold any ill will. I'm not going to make excuses. But I would have. I wonder why. I don't understand that. And again, if we needed to register them or something, why wasn't that communicated with us at the weigh-in or beforehand? We had 3 meetings with them beforehand, right? And maybe I should have been proactive and asked them, but I just kind of assumed that hey, during the rounds, he will walk up. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of lame. I don't know why that happened. Um, Also, the Rico confrontation. For anyone that says that I knew about that is fucking crazy. I didn't know nothing about that. Frankly, look, the fact that he was there surprised me. The fact that he came out and actually confronted me, if just to push me. If you watched, I laughed in his face. Um, I'll admit it happened all very quickly. Um, but yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. Did they tell him to do that? Probably, but I had no idea that was going to go on. Look, at the end of the day, Rico Bach was never going to fight. We all know that. As far as Rough and Rowdy, awesome experience. Um, I I had a great time. It was a great memory, and I'll tell you another thing. Could I ever live in Charleston, West Virginia? Absolutely not. Couple of days, it was cool. It was a cool little spot. We had the hotel, which was literally right across the street from the arena. You could easily go over there and come back quickly if you needed to, which was great. Couple of things about Charleston I wasn't a big fan of. The food was bullshit for the most part. Um, for whatever reason, you just couldn't get any like legitimate food, frankly. There was a Christmas parade one night, which kind of made it difficult to get into restaurants. But yeah, ultimately, it was a fun experience, man. It was crazy because Jerry and I were on the same floor. And this is kind of random, but the night before the fight, I was with, I was out with my trainer, my boy Ryan, a couple other people. And I came up, it was late at night, and for whatever reason, I don't know, like I looked down the hallway and I'm like, you know what? Like, I want to see the view from the other. I don't know why I did it. I just did it. But I walked down the hallway and I hear Jerry talking. I heard him clear as day. And I realized, bro, he's literally like 3 fucking rooms away from me. Like if I walk outside of my room, I can hear him talk. That's how close he was to me. And it's just crazy that he put us all on the same floor. And I remember that as we went to the fight, Jerry literally walked out the same time I did, you know? And, as I've said, and I think I pointed this out, I'll say it here. Jerry respected guy. I respect him a lot. He came to my, he knocked on my door after the fight. Because look, after the fight, we left. We watched the other fight. The adrenaline kind of went down. I left. We walked back to the hotel, and all my friends were there. My trainer and stuff. They were like, "Let's go out." And we had planned to leave the next morning and get home. And I was just like, "Look, let me get my bearings." I had like 50 texts. I had people calling me. I had so many well wishes and stuff. I said, "Look, I got to get my bearings. I got to go up and just be by myself for 10 minutes and just throw some cold water on my face and realize like what we just did." And 2 minutes in, I get a knock on the door. It's Jerry. His people were with him. By the way, the army. There's some people on Twitter that are vile twats, but that those guys that were with him, his like union buddies, really nice guys. I mean, just seem like real good dudes, loyal people. People that quite frankly I'd want to be around. Definitely seem like good people and good friends, and you need them. So shout out to those guys, nice people. But yeah, he came by, he said some really nice things, and you know we took a picture or two, and just that was it. I wish him the best in his career, as I said before. I hope that he has success, and I'm sure his son will have a great Christmas after this fight. I hope his family does as well. One other thing, I think, quite frankly, the biggest win was what I do best, UConn. How could you not be happy with UConn? To be real with you, after the fight, that was the one win I wanted badly. And it all came full circle. Am I a pro boxer? No. Did I do something no one will do? Yeah. Did I make more money than most people make in 3 years? Yeah. But did I do what I do best? Off the motherfucking cuff? Just give you a banger? Yeah. So I had a great time. It was a win in my book. the result means lots to me. Um, Look, Jerry will tell you this. Anybody with a fucking pulse will tell you this. I don't fight. I'm 32 years old. Look, if you fuck with my girl, my sister, my mom, I will do everything in my power to fucking kill you. It's that simple. I'm not out there fighting in the streets. Most people don't. If my life was ever really at risk, I'm a lunatic in my head and I'll blow your fucking head off. So that's all that matters to me. It was a great time, a great experience. I thank Dave and Erica and Dan and all those guys and girls for their support and for giving me the opportunity. If it were to ever happen again, I will be all in. I would definitely do a lot of things different. And here's what I'll tell you: I would have a major advantage that I've done this before and Rico Bosco hasn't. It's that simple. So I'm in whenever, wherever. I do have some stipulations though. I need it in a bit easier place to get to. Let's do it in Detroit at Greek Town. Let's do it in, you know, I don't know, somewhere we can get to, Nashville, or something like that. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great, and I'll tell you right now, it will be a lot different next time around. Um, Nothing can really prepare you until you do it, and once you do it, and I'll also say in closing, I'm going to continue to train, just for fun. Go in there a couple days a week and move around. I work at it anyway, 7 days a week, so I'm going to keep doing it, have fun with it. But yeah, my trainer, I was disappointed that I didn't stick to a plan that he told me to stick to because that was the goal. But it would be different if I ever did it again. If I ever did it again. Also, Dave Portman made a comment and said that he was absolutely blown away with my stamina. That was the greatest words I heard, to be honest. I'm in such better shape than I was, and if only we had another round or two. Either way, I thank you for watching. I thank you for buying. I thank you for checking it out, and I thank you mostly for all the support. A lot of people watched my channel, my videos I did, which I've done a lot of content over the years. I'm not a huge YouTube person. I mean, we have a podcast, a sit down, which we do on iTunes and Spotify. It's not a real YouTube kind of show, so um, I'm happy that people were able to check it out, maybe learn a little bit about me. So thanks for watching. We're putting the bow in Rough and Rowdy. A great experience, and if you ever got the opportunity, definitely do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.